We all entered the cloud together, and were 7 days ascending to the sea of glass, when Jesus brought the crowns, and with his own right hand placed them on our heads. He gave us harps of gold and palms of victory. Here on the sea of glass, the 144,000 stood in a perfect square. And there we have a quote from Ellen White. Today, we want to ask Bible Flockbox the question, why is the Apocrypha in Ellen White's book, The Great Controversy? Now, let's take a look at a quote from The Great Controversy. The glittering ranks are drawn up in the form of a hollow square about their king, whose form rises in majesty high above saint and angel, whose countenance beams upon them full of benignant love. Great Controversy, page 645 and 646. Here in this quote, we see a multitude surrounding their king, who is Jesus. And Jesus, in this quote, rises in majesty high above saint and angel. He's taller than any person, any angel who's pictured in this quote. So now, let's take a look from the Apocrypha that Bible Flockbox says to Adventists and all Christians that we should avoid the Apocrypha like the plague because it's uninspired. Yet, somehow, Ellen White, our inspired messenger, refers to it in the opening quote and in the Great Controversy. So, let's take a look now. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. 2 Esdras 2, verse 42. Next verse. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Next verse. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned, and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And that was a quote from the Apocrypha, from the book 2 Esdras, chapter 2, verses 42 through 47. Did you notice in that quote that it said, there was a young man in the midst of everyone who was taller than all the rest, and he set the crowns on their heads. And what did we read at the beginning? Jesus brought the crowns, and with his own right hand placed them on our heads. And from the great controversy, he was taller, the King, Jesus, was taller than all the saints and angels. So, I think something is not making sense when Bible Flockbox tells us to avoid reading the Apocrypha. People, think for yourselves. Don't let Bible Flockbox do your thinking for you. Obviously, we're meant to read the Apocrypha. Thanks for watching.